Hi Sagittarius, this is your May 2022 general reading. So we're going to go from your 1st to your 6th house, and we'll see what messages want to pop up for you guys. We have the World, motivation, and the 4 of Pentacles, stability. Second house, we have the King of Wands, impulsiveness. Third house, we have the 10 of Wands, responsibility. Fourth house, we have charity, generosity. Fifth house, we have star, wishes. And your 6th house, we have the 7 of Cups, choices. All right. Bottom of the deck, we have the 2 of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the 6 of Wands. So you guys could have like your rising sign, and of course Sagittarius could be very opposite of one another. You could have your rising in Virgo or Capricorn or even Taurus, but it feels like the impression that you give off to people, like what people think you're like before meeting you, is actually someone there's something that people look up to you for. You do motivate them. You could be very, very successful materially, but there's also something very stable and calm and powerful about you. Like, it's your calmness that's your power. It's your, stability is more earth, whereas Sagittarius is more that fiery energy, is more active, it's like constantly moving. It's not rooted. But the impression that you give off to people is that you're very, very rooted, very, very grounded, very stable, and very secure. And it's like people look up to you for that. They want to be like you for that. But it feels like it could be frustrating sometimes because that's not who you truly are. That's not where your heart lies. Like, you want that freedom. You want that change, that adventure. So it could almost feel like people don't always truly understand you and truly see you for what you are. Instead, they praise you for something that you don't really even necessarily connect with as much as other aspects of yourself. Let's see. Yeah, there's something about you that makes people, there's something about you that's very, very successful. So again, you could be an entrepreneur. You could have a very great career. You could be very, very abundant. You could be in a very high position. There's something that people look up to you for. But again, it feels like there's so much more to you that you wish people could see. All right, 2nd house, we have the Knight of Wands, impulsiveness. Your 2nd house is your values. It's also your income and your material possessions. But for you guys, it really feels like this is in regards to what you truly value, what you truly desire is to be able to have this freedom. You really are, like, you're Sagittarius. That means your soul embodies that energy. That's what it needs to feel alive and to feel good and fulfilled. And you guys do need to allow yourself to be impulsive sometimes and to be adventurous and to just do what you desire. And I don't know if it's that you don't do that, or maybe it's that you don't do that enough. But don't ever feel like because people view you in this way and they respect this, that you can't show this side of yourself, or that this is more something that you desire than you're actually living. Make sure you give your soul what it needs, because that's our vitality. That's what gives us the energy to keep going. Yeah, you need to really allow yourself to be yourself. Embody that Sagittarius energy, embody that fiery energy, and let people see it. Don't feel like you have to hide yourself. Don't be like, wow, okay, well, this is what they respect. This is what they look up to. What would happen if they saw this other side of you? Doesn't matter, as long as you're embodying your soul and you're living your truth, you're gonna be praised for it. Even if it's not from certain people that are praising you now, when you're doing what you came here to do, the universe is gonna praise you, and it's gonna put you around people who are in your soul tribe and who see you and honor you for who you are. But yeah, some of you just feels like you need that reminder to just this is what life is all about, right? To truly find what it is you value and to truly desire and to live it and to follow it. And for you guys, it does feel directly tied to this Sagittarius energy. You guys might have always wanted to travel, and you've been putting it off, but do it. Buy that ticket, make those plans, take that time off. Give your soul what it needs so it can keep giving you the energy in life to allow you to live and do whatever it is that you're doing. All right, third house is your mind, what's in your awareness, how you communicate, your responsibility. Again, it feels like in your current life, you do bear a lot of responsibility. You may be in a very high position where people not only look up to you, but they need you for answers and for guidance and to direct them. And people answered to you. So there is this sense of responsibility. That's why it feels like you guys could also have very strong Capricorn or Virgo in your chart, where you're kind of conflicted, okay, but I need to do this, these people need me, but I also want that freedom. So it's how do you find that balance? But it does feel like you need more of a balance, because you're leaning more towards this earth heavy, responsible, stable energy, and not enough of that freedom. But yeah, your mind is very consumed with all the responsibility that's placed on you. You could be under a lot of pressure. Even though you're very successful, it's not like a piece of cake. It's not like you don't have to ever think about work. You do. You know the responsibility that you have in your position, and you don't ever forget it. You're not able to necessarily always put that to the side, even when you have time off. So that could be something to be mindful of, to practice. Yeah, it's like you've closed off, you've blocked off certain desires that you have because of your current life and your current situation and the responsibility you have. You feel like, okay, all these dreams and things I want to do, I'm gonna put it in a box and put it away, and then I'll come back to it later. But a lot of people, we never end up going back to it. So keep that in mind. This reading is very encouraging you to, we have the Two of Pentacles, to honor all sides of yourself, especially what your soul and what your heart desires. Make sure you're feeding that as well. All right, fourth house, we have charity and generosity. Your fourth house is your home. It could be your family, your ancestors, your emotional foundation. And it feels like you guys may have been raised in a family who is also very, very serious and very business oriented, very generous and giving. Like they feel a sense of responsibility for, you know, everyone who works for them or their community. It's like you guys, your family may have been very, very well off, but they never took that for granted. And they always viewed that as like, we're blessed and now we're responsible for giving back and helping those in need. So it's like you were kind of raised in that environment, and that's why the way you think now and the way you think life has to be is the same way you were raised experiencing. And that's completely fine. And it also shows why it might be a little bit harder for you to let go of this mindset. But if you wanted to, that's where you would start, like by recognizing, okay, this is why I have this sense of responsibility, because of the way I was raised. But is that who I am, or am I just adopting their beliefs and their values? And it's completely fine if that's not like your greatest priority. You know, it's okay if truly your greatest value is more selfish or more focused on yourself. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And you kind of, you know, have to navigate all that when you go on this journey of like recognizing, okay, this is what it stems from. I can put that aside because I know that's not me. That's what I adopted from my family. So who am I? What do I truly value? Go in that without judgment and with full honesty, and really, really ask yourself what it is that you truly desire, and make sure you're living that, and make sure you're honoring that. All right, so 5th house, we have the Star and wishes. Your 5th house is love, romance, play, and fun. For you guys, this doesn't feel like romance. It feels more like your inner child wanting to come out and play. It feels like it's your inner child that you have kind of locked in a box and told, you know, okay, just wait, we'll have fun later, we'll go out and play later, I have to work. And our inner child is our soul, you know, so it's like it's also helpful to think of it that way. Like there's the young version of you, or have a picture of yourself when you were younger, and know that that person is wanting to play and is wanting to enjoy life and live its fantasies and do what it desires and what it came here to do. And you're kind of saying no sometimes. I just feel like this is all, like this reading is kind of like just giving you different ways and different tools to use to work past this block that you've created that doesn't allow you to fully live the life that you want. It seems very, very complicated. So if this reading resonates with you, this is not going to be easy, but it's something that is worth working on and working through. And when you do find that freedom, when you do finally allow yourself to live your truth, that's when you really start living. That's like your second birth, where that you're gonna feel like, wow, this is truly when my life began. So it is worth it, but it does feel very complicated, and it's not gonna be easy, but it's definitely start sooner. And it could take however long you need it to, but little by little you're able to, remove other people's beliefs and remove other labels that have been placed on you until you find yourself again. All right, 6th house, we have choices. 7 of Cups. So your 6th house is your day-to-day life, your daily routines, your habits, also your health. But again, this feels more like you have a choice on how to live. like, especially if you feel this sense of responsibility in your career, for example, when you go home, you're able to put that aside. You're able to take off that mask, especially if like that's your first house energy. You could literally take off that mask and choose, to allow yourself that freedom for the rest of the day, or for all the time off that you have to do what it is that you desire, instead of remaining in that serious, intense energies. Go a little bit easier on yourself. Truly give yourself that time off. If you need to like hire someone to assist you with your work to give you that time, do it. It will be worth it. But yeah, it does feel like you need to free yourself from, like, you have a lot of heavy burdens that you're carrying that you don't need to be carrying. Let's see. All right, we have solar flares activate and a moon coeli root. So again, it's like it's your roots, your fourth house, right? Your home, your upbringing. That's kind of it's the reason why, it's a great reason why you are more embodying this earth energy, this more serious, stable, responsible, career focused, responsibility focused person. But at the same time, it's like your soul is calling out. It needs to be able to have those flares, and you have to let it express itself as well. And so it's like not a war, but like these two are pulling you in different directions, and you're letting this side win. So you have to be more intentional about finding that balance and allowing your soul to come out and play, and listen to it, and embody it as much as you're embodying this more serious energy. All right, Sagittarius, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If it was, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.